On this episode of The Cutting Room Floor, we review Uncle Peckerhead, a film about a punk band going on their first tour and dealing with a man-eating demon. Oh yeah.
Here we go. Welcome all you misfits and metalheads to the Cutting Room Floor. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Blood.
And we are from the band Cut Like This. Please go check out our music right here on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, all over the place. You know the spots to hit us up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today is Wicked Wednesday.
Ooh.
And we have a nice horror indie treat.
Oh yeah. All right, this time we're reviewing Uncle Peckerhead. Oh, it still feels nasty to say that. This is a horror comedy that is on Amazon Prime right now. And I'll tell you what, this little indie horror movie, I loved it.
I did too.
I'm just going to tell you right now.
It was just really cool.
Love horror comedies and you are in a band, you are going to love it.
Especially,
you're going to love it.
If you've ever been in a band and you like horror comedies, yes.
Yes, because it really does. You know, it's all about this punk band. They're a little bit down on their luck and stuff, but they're a little lovable crew of misfits. We got Judy on vocals and bass. We've got Max on guitar and co-vocals, and we've got Mel on drums. And she is appropriately disdainful of the world, as you would expect a drummer in a punk band to be. Judy is like super optimistic. Max is also a really, really fun. Like he's just
he's just a fun-loving, goofy.
He's just a fun-loving, goofy, lovable dude.
You gotta like him.
Yeah. You gotta like him. And actually, he wrote all of the music that the band plays, and he is actually singing.
I really like that. I like that the musicians in the movie are actually the musicians that had something to do with it. It's just an extra cool kick for me.
It's really cool. It's really fun, and it's set in the 90s. It's got to be set in the 90s because they have like a little demo cassette tape and stuff, and some of the styles of some of the other, but they don't go like too over the top with the 90s references and stuff, but it's definitely set in that time. They're kind of they encounter other bands while they're on the road, one of whom this guy needs this guy should get an award for being the biggest hipster douchebag that you have ever seen. And if you've ever been in a band, you have played a show with this guy.
Definitely.
Okay? You have played a show with this guy, this pretentious, obnoxious, treats you like crap because you're a girl, takes anything that you say that's positive about what you're doing or what you always has to like top you,
always has to one up you,
always has to one up you, really self-important. It was really funny, guys. Like I was laughing my butt off throughout this movie, okay? And I'm not going to tell you how they encounter a demon, but there's a lot of blood and gore, and it's actually pretty well done.
Well,
guys.
It's funny because actually I think it's in the trailer, so we're not giving anything away that's not in the trailer, and we never do. So we can just hit you. The basic premise: this band is just trying to get put on. They're trying to make some connections.
They're playing their first tour ever.
So they want to go on their tour, but guess what?
What?
They don't have a van.
Oh.
So
got repoed.
Repoed. So they have put up a bunch of flyers all over the place, and then they end up meeting Uncle Peckerhead, which is his name. He doesn't want to be called anything else.
Well, they actually he said they can call him Peck. My friends call me Peck,
So, but that's not your name, but that's what you're going to call him because he won't give you anything else. So yeah, the adventure starts when they meet this random dude in a van who is looking kind of shady. There's a lot of shady stuff, but when you're desperate...
he admits to them that he's living out of his van.
Yeah.
So they were about to like jet out. He's like, but I could drive you for your tour. Why not? Let's go. You just got to pay for gas. Let's hit the road, So without without many other options, they just go for it. And let me tell you, as a musician, you know, I have struggled that struggle. We have ended up in weird situations from being on the road. When you're on the road and you're broke, you'll just sometimes, you know, you'll
take
just
the kindness
you'll
of
take
strangers
chances
sometimes,
with some strangers because that's what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it works out fantastic and you get lifelong friends, but other times it's real sketch. It's like, uh-oh.
Sometimes you end up like us, where we ended up with an ex-con who literally dive rolled out of the car that we were in as we were on his way to crash at his place. You know, my drummer was like, I refuse. Like, I will not get, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to guard you guys. I'm going to stay awake. She was literally like downing coffee. She's like, I refuse to sleep.
He's
if
like,
we're going to be in this person's house.
Oh, is that a cop car? And he jumps out of the van.
He opened the door at the stoplight and he
disappeared into the
some
night.
Bushes.
He
and
just
he's
disappeared
just out.
into the night. We never saw or heard from him again.
Ever.
So this movie has a bunch of ridiculous sketch things like that happening, which are all too believable because we've lived through a lot of them.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you, the viewer, if you have never been in a van, you'll see certain things that happen and you're going to be like, no, there's no way. Why would they keep going? And it's like, but when you're a musician and this is your dream of being on tour and you realize that you're very quickly running out of money and you don't know what you're going to do or how you're going to get to the next town, the next show, you know, what are you going to do? You're scraping by, you're eating at Waffle House, you know what I mean? You're eating basically, you know, crap from like 7-Elevens and stuff like that. You're just doing whatever you have to do to continue playing. And I very much felt that, and I felt that indie rock, like just that musician struggle was very real for me, and you could tell these guys knew what they were freaking talking about.
Oh, this guy, you know they've been on tour before.
You knew.
More than likely. So I don't know about the other two as much because I know the guy is the one who wrote the music as well. So you can feel that he's been on the road before, and just like the writing of this horror comedy.
It's great.
And Uncle Peckerhead is lovable and horrifying both at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to see plenty of both coming from him. And it's just a fun indie movie. It's just enjoyable.
It really is.
It hit the spot for us because we like horror comedies. That's like my favorite genre is horror comedy, like Shaun of the Dead style. And it hit on like being in a band. Come on.
In a believable way. In a really believable way.
Yep.
So, with that being said, Thorn Black, how would you rate this movie?
I'm going to give this movie a 4. It's fun. I would recommend this. I could possibly watch this again in the future. Any of my friends that are in the band or like horror comedies, I would definitely recommend this to them. It's just a good, bloody, rockin' fun time. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
What are you going to give it, Rose?
What am I going to give this thing? You know what, guys? I'm going to give this a 5. You know why? Because I think that the depiction of being on the road, like a band on the road, was so perfect and so spot on. The horror and the comedy were a really great balance with each other. And I just commend them for making a movie like this, for naming it Uncle Peckerhead. Oh my God. You know, I mean, but it makes a lot of sense when you actually watch it. It does. It's really good. I think that, you know, just even the ending is good. You know, everything about it I really liked, and I really, really, really want to support people that are independently making horror films like this. This is the kind of stuff that I live for. The practical effects were super on point. Everything was practical effects, and it was really gross and really fun.
This is the kind of thing that will get this guy another movie. You know, like it's a really good indie flick. He should definitely get more movies off of this.
Yeah, I want to see these guys.
I think it's very promising.
A whole bunch more movies. I hope to see a lot. This showed so much heart and it was just really fun. It was just a fun, romp of bloody, nasty ridiculousness. And you know, and it's just everything that I enjoy. I just really enjoy like this kind of, and all of the references, the musical references to like 90s stuff, spot on as well, even to the sound of the douchebags band. I was like, I know exactly what they were trying to sound like, and they nailed that sound perfectly. They did such a good job. Good job, guys. I hope you see this review, and I hope this gives you the inspiration to continue doing what you're doing.
I hope so.
All of the actors were great. You know, everybody did a fantastic job in this movie. You could see it was a labor of love, and it, you know, and I just, everything about it, all the heart that was put into it, and all the cool references and everything else was just awesome. Good job, guys. Keep making movies. Keep doing your thing.
Definitely.
And if you ever need some crazy circus rock stars in your movie, or to be creepy monsters, you know, look us up.
You know,
why
we're
not?
not hard to get in touch with.
That's all we got for you guys today.
That's
Make
all
sure
for
to
today.
like and subscribe. That's for band out.
Can
you do that?
You know,
Out. Thanks.
we'll be back next week every Wednesday and Sunday with a brand new episode. That's all for us today. We are out.